Hello and welcome to Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA. I got a debut on the channel for Mr.
Jason. Jason, some people would have seen me on AFTV. I've done a few other bits as well. But yeah, like huge Arsenal fan, go home and away.
Yeah, just tell me a little bit about you as well, where you're from.
So we were talking earlier. I've been an Arsenal fan since I was a kid. Family are all Arsenal or Tottenham fans.
Okay.
Dad's a Tottenham fan.
Is it?
Dad's a Tottenham fan.
My dad's a Liverpool fan.
Dad's a Tottenham fan. Me and my brother are Arsenal fans. My little nephew is an Arsenal fan as well. So we managed to get him at the right time. But yeah, I mean, all Stoke Newington and Finsbury Park when the family came in.
Oh, is that where you're from, Hackney?
So I was born in Hackney.
Yeah.
When my family emigrated over, they all lived in Stoke Newington, Hackney sort of area.
Okay.
So it was natural to kind of be Arsenal. So everyone was Arsenal or Tottenham. Yeah. I now live in East London, work in Cambridge. That's why I'm always jetting off after games because I've even.
Well, you go to all the away games as well, innit?
I do. I do home and away. On the away credit slog, as they call it, which is a super difficult way of having to do some pretty difficult away days to just kind of build your credits up and then get
I get you.
And get an opportunity to go to some of the more exciting games. But I enjoy it. Like I don't do it. I don't do it for the credits. I do it because I actually enjoy it. I love the club. I love this club. And we were talking earlier about the fact that I got my season ticket in that kind of 19-20 season. Towards the end of Emery's tenure at the club, when he'd absolutely drained the life out of his club, and there wasn't really a football club left. Ljungberg came in and tried to do his bit for a little, and kind of pieced it back together a little bit. But it was really Arteta that came in. In his very first interview, he spoke about the connection or the need for a better connection between the fans and the club, which we had really, really, really lost. And then we look today and you go, Liverpool 1-0 down to Chelsea. We're sitting top. We're sitting top of the league as it currently stands. It's a far cry from where we were 4 or 5 seasons ago.
Tell me about it.
Far cry.
Jason, would you say this Arsenal team is the strongest in that kind of 3-4 year span of title challengers? So 22-23 to now, would you say this is the strongest Arsenal team? Yeah,
absolutely. I think that what we might have had before in some of those years, certainly over the last 10 years, is we might have had one real standout player, superstar, an Ozil, a Sanchez, an Aubameyang,
Van Persie,
But what we have now is so much more consistency and so much more roundedness to the squad, which actually makes us far more threatening. I mean, this is easily the best squad that I've seen since I've had a season ticket, and probably also since I was a fan. I mean, we talk about the Invincibles season. We think about the double team that won before that, the 98.
Oh, 98, 99,
that one. And they were good squads. Like we had a real solid core. And the players that were coming in those sorts of times, your Gilles Grimondis, your Remy Guards, your Sylvain Routoud. When you start going early, Edu's,
Silvinho, there's a lot of them.
Your Oleg Luzhny, them sort of guys. Like they were solid and they were dependable, but
Liverpool. 1-1.
1-1 Liverpool. Okay, but that still takes us. We may well be top on goal difference. I'd have to have a look.
I'll have to have a look about that. But I think our goal difference is better, to be fair.
Exactly. So, but look, and that's going to be the up and down of it. Chelsea might capitulate now. But even if we go into the international break second, from where we were, given the start that we had, I don't think that there are any Arsenal fans or pundits who thought after 7-8 games we would be first or second in
what,
league.
as in
Maybe,
taking into account our first 6 games?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with that.
When you think about how difficult those games were, and then after every single game, there's always been something that someone was wanted to cling on to. After the
so-called handbrake.
After the Man United game, it was you've really got to go. You're not going to get away with that.
We're playing like that,
and set pieces, and then you go, you put Leeds to the sword.
Oh, it's only Leeds.
It's only Leeds. You then go to Liverpool. You've got to be more expansive in these games. You've got to really try. Liverpool hadn't tried. They hit a worldy free kick.
That's what I'm saying. I was even saying this a few interviews ago. We got all the criticism, but we're the challengers. They're the title holders, and they're at home, but we get criticised. What's going on there?
We were both playing the same game, and they happened to score a goal at the end of it, which was an absolute worldy goal.
Which we'll never score again.
But had that been the case, again, they still would have. That still would have been I think that still would have been what people would have gone on. They would have still gone on this. You've got to take it to them. You're the challengers. You have to beat the champ. It's a bit like that old adage in boxing. You've got to beat the champion. You've got to do
more to win.
You've got, and that shouldn't be it. Actually, it should be a level playing field. There shouldn't be any of that. But we're seeing that. And what I'm seeing then we got the Newcastle game. A place that we've gone to the last couple of seasons and really struggled, and we saw something different. We took a different approach, and it paid off. West Ham, we've gone to West Ham a couple of times the last few seasons and really put numbers past them. Put some goals cricket scores, but they've come here and made it really difficult. Made it really difficult. Last 2 seasons, I think the game's probably been a bit too much for Declan Rice. I don't think he's really been able to deal with that hardcore fan base that sit in the corner, really close to the crowd, really get I think at their stadium the fans are so far away, you probably can't hear or see a word that they're saying. But when you come here and they're really in your face and they're really making it difficult, the kind of occasion's probably got to him a little bit. Today he did what he needed to do, scored the goal, really made it happen, which was what we needed. And because I thought that we had the onus at the time, we were knocking on the door. And these are the sorts of games that over the last few years, sorts of games here against West Ham, Fulham, other sides like that, where we would we'd be winning, we'd be dominating these games. Wouldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Then you get a situation where they have one break, one counter attack.
Well, that's what I literally said this yesterday on my podcast, that West Ham have won a few times here, but every single game, the game's always been the same, where we've had all of the ball, loads of chances, the goalkeeper playing out of his skin, and they win 1-0, 2-0. Going back to when the stadium first opened, remember when is it 06, 07?
They beat us in that first season,
first game of the season, the Payet one, the one from the last few years, all the same game.
I think West Ham here have been a bit of a bogey side for us.
In a way.
Fulham here have been a bit of a bogey side. Palace here, bit of a bogey side.
They're all coming here. We're all playing them in the next few weeks.
And again, that will be really telling in terms of how far this team has developed.
Progressed,
when you think about, when you start to try to compare it over the past few seasons. But what I think I've seen in the Newcastle game, and also in the game today, is a different approach. An approach that kind of makes me think we can start to do the right things. I think we've got what we have now that we haven't had for quite a while is a degree of tactical flexibility, where you can kind of look at a side. I think it was the Port Vale game. Port Vale? Where we looked at the side and I was like, no one really thought. We weren't quite sure. Was it Marino up top? Was it Marino in midfield? Was it?
I think that was the game. I wasn't sure.
We were looking at it going, I think Marino's in midfield. I think Martinelli through the middle. But it ended up being Marino up top, Saka on the Eze and Wineri in the middle. And I don't think anyone really expected that.
What about, on the subject of not expecting, Saka was on the left side for the first time in about 6 years on Wednesday. That took me aback. But then I heard Arteta explain it. He said because they're the Olympiacos right backs marauding, there'll be space for him to obviously take advantage of, and he can cross it on a stronger foot. And I think we're starting to see that. And I think we saw it in pre-season a little bit. We saw it with Gyökeres's first goal here when we had a corner, ball's played out, Zubimendi whips the ball in, Gyökeres gets a header. The Martinelli header that he missed against Olympiacos, Lewis Kelly's driving forward with the ball, looks up,
whips in across. We all saw the footage that was kind of emerged earlier in pre-season with Gabriel Heinze working with Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the crosses.
We're working on the crosses, and he was kind of failing.
Yeah.
What we then see, and this is what we don't see. What we don't see is that work that goes on weeks, months. Practice hours on the training field to the point where Lewis Skelly can now do that and pick out a Martinelli in the middle of, and Martinelli is not necessarily known as being the greatest header. So if you're able to kind of put the ball on his forehead, you're then asking him to do and he didn't do it that time. But what you're seeing is the development and the progression and like you said, we see Saka on that side. Gives defenders a different thing to think about. You think about Saka on one side, Madueke on the other side. You think about two people that can get to the byline but also can cut in, combine. Real tactical flexibility.
All right, Jace, man. Tell me your Arsenal player. I've got 2 players in mind. Obviously we've got a break coming up. Tell me your Arsenal player of the season so far.
It's a great question. I would probably.
I think there's a clear winner.
Say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to go with the same one that you're going to go with.
Oh, is it?
I would probably say Zubimendi.
Oh.
I would probably say Zubimendi. I thought. I think that when we lost Partey, I think that we weren't quite sure what was going to happen in the midfield, and I think when he comes in, and Zubimendi's maybe physically a little bit different than Partey. But I think we saw it today, like it's just those little interceptions. The ball's coming and like he's very, very, very hard to get. And I think what he's done is he's come in and he's 6 or 7 and he looks like he's played in this league for years. He looks like he's played in this league for years. So he's probably the one for me that has really, really, really stood out, because I think what he has done is and because I also think that when you've got a player like him, what you enable Arteta to be able to do is go and play 2 10s in front of him. I think that maybe before Arteta was probably a little bit hesitant, maybe with someone like a Partey or a Jorginho to maybe play 2 10s in front of them, because physically sometimes they could kind of they wouldn't necessarily get around the pitch quite so well. But I think Zubimendi's so assured that he allows them to think, well, I can play Eze and I can play Odegaard, or I can play Nwaneri and I can play Eze. And I think that changes us. It'd be interesting to see who you would say though.
Timber.
I
was thinking Timber, Calafiori. I'm back and forth. I've just gone for Timber.
I think Timber's the one. I think Timber is. I can absolutely see that. He's an absolute machine. I genuinely feel for Ben White, and I genuinely feel for him. On the basis of the fact that for 2 seasons that man sacrificed everything that he had, physically, mentally and emotionally, for this football club. When Timber did his ACL, when Tomiyasu couldn't stay fit, Ben White was there. And when he wasn't able to be there for whatever reason, we had to drop Thomas Partey in. But as soon as Ben White was back in. And I think what we're now starting to see is his body kind of responding to that.
He looks off the pace, doesn't he?
That trauma that we kind of put him through for a couple of seasons. So I do kind of feel for Ben a little bit. But Timber makes, like, if you put a squad out, and the thing with Timber is he can play right, he can play left, he can play centre. It's like he needs to be on the team sheet. Timber has to be on the team sheet. He has to be on the team. He has to be on the team sheet. And that makes it difficult for Ben White, but. And I mentioned Calafiori in the interview that I did earlier with Robbie.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Because I thought he was excellent today. He has been, and I think
defensively he's improved.
Yeah, he has. I think last season defensively he was a little bit suspect. We weren't quite sure. Like, you think you're signing an Italian centre back. And in your mind you're like Costa Curta, Maldini, Zambrotta, Cellini, and then he comes in and you're like,
what's going on?
It's a little bit more like is it Emerson? Is that the left back? The left back.
Palmieri.
The one that used to be at West Ham.
Emerson.
He feels more like that sort of.
A wing back type.
More like that sort of Italian defender. I.e., just not defensively solid at all. But yeah, I thought he was excellent today. I thought he was excellent. Like again, even before last season when he was inverted into the middle of the park, he looked a little bit cumbersome. Didn't really like he should be there. Yeah. Now he's popping passes. He's receiving on the half turn. Yeah. He's doing all of it. And again that makes it really difficult for Lewis Skelly because he came in and was what Zinchenko gave us when he first came in. Skelly gave us that. But the ability to drive forward and the ability to be defensively solid and defensively sound and really, really, really hold wingers in and just kind of contain them a little bit. Calafiori, he's shot up such a level this season. But I also think that when you've got a squad like ours, that's what happens. You come in, there is a level, and you have to now be at level, and the level used to be here. And if you came in and you were here, we would keep you around. But now the level every single season it's rising every single season, and it's fascinating because I was thinking to myself the other day, I was thinking like, we've had such a great transfer window, the squad is so strong, what happens next summer? Like when you're looking at trying to build and develop the squad, you
have to, because remember Fergie would always.
No, I know, but
in what sense though?
But the squad is so strong.
Yeah.
Like the squad is so strong.
You have to do something. Players will leave, Ben White, you know what I mean?
I think they will, but I think.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Apart from left wing, but maybe where we're probably, and it might be that now we've done such a the squad has developed to such an extent that what we now need to do is rather than do what we did in summer and bring in 4, 5, 6s, you're bringing in 2s. Yeah, you're bringing in 2.
Well, that's what Fergie used to do back in the day, remember?
He did.
Yeah.
Look, Fergie's set a tone. He used to do a couple of things. He used to refresh the squad, but he also used to refresh his backroom staff as well.
Yeah.
He would always bring in a new assistant every 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. So that the players were, so that if he was going to be around for years, the players were still getting different voices. So he had Rennie Moulenstein, he had McLaren, and he'd kind of refresh it a little bit. But I'm looking at the squad going, it's tough. Like you're not going to buy a right winger. You've got Saka and Madueke.
It's got to be left wing midfield, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah.
But it seems, like I said, you're not going to buy a centre back. You've got 2 solid right backs, 2 solid left backs. We've just bought another left-sided centre half.
Good goalkeeper.
We've got 2 Prem-proven goalkeepers. So I'm looking at the squad going, there isn't a huge amount to do there. Yes, maybe you could find a superstar, Rafa Leao or someone, or maybe for the left wing,
Rodrigo,
or a Rodrigo, or a Barcola, or someone, depending on how PSG get on this season. And it's fascinating. I'm already looking forward to next season. But
let's win it first.
But where we are this season, really positive. Positive.
All right, Jason, man. That was an amazing debut on this channel. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Where can they find you? Because I don't think anyone knows anything about you. They see you on channels, they see your face.
Yeah.
Now's your opportunity to let them know where you're at. Because not everyone gives you that opportunity.
No, you are right. So you can find me on Instagram and on X. J Clark Coach is the app. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'm also actually about
the coach.
I'm a football coach.
Elaborate on that. See, no one would have known that.
No, they wouldn't have known.
No one would have known that.
So I don't often mention that, but UEFA B qualified football coach.
Okay.
So not
certified.
So not just any football coach. I've actually done the hours, done the stuff. I also coach jiu-jitsu. I coach Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
See, no one would have known that if you didn't come on here. Well. See,
and I'm about to start a gaming channel. So I'm about to start FIFA. I'm about to start an EA.
See, this channel. Man is levels, people.
But I suppose the premise of the channel is essentially how bad I am at the game.
Is it going to be on Twitch and YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be on Twitch and YouTube. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube.
Have you got the channel ready, or are you going to start from scratch?
I've started this weekend setting all the stuff up. So I've been planning the game.
Set up everything. If you want to do it properly.
It's fine. It's done. I've got my lighting. I've got my camera. Got my mic. Got my Twitch set up. Got my everything set up.
Send me all the things.
I will do. Yeah, but yeah, I am terrible at the game. I'm absolutely terrible. So where I'm watching all these guys and they're brilliant and they're really good and they're in weekend league and doing all that sort of like I'm not at that level.
What's your ethnicity? Are you Caribbean? I can't work it out. Caribbean or African?
No, family from the Caribbean.
Okay.
Family from the Caribbean.
You could have been both.
No, mum and dad are both born in Crusoe. Family based Crusoe. So that's a tiny island.
Oh, where the Dutch.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
cool. I thought it was Curacao, but Crusoe.
It might well be. I ain't never been. I ain't never been. I have been to Montserrat, so I get some of my family from Montserrat as well, St Vincent.
We're finding some stuff out about Jason. Only here on Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA. Only on Hybrid.
Yeah. Look. We'll be doing more collabs. We'll be doing more stuff.
100.
More podcasts. Come on, all of that sort of
stuff.
You
killed it, Jason. I did not know all that stuff you mentioned.
But now you do.
Bow.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe and click this link just on top of Jason's head to watch another viral post-match video only on Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA.